We're ready to start the pod when you are.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to another day of UTM podcasting. Woohoo!
What day?
It is not Saturday.
It is a Sunday.
We changed it up this time.
Yeah, something about it. Our last one was also not on a Sunday, but that's okay.
Not on a Saturday?
Not on a Saturday, correct.
Correct. Well,
Correct.
last UTM was a little different. We wrote a song, so that was fun.
It was fun.
That'll be great.
Yeah, we'll definitely
working
have to
on
do
it.
that again sometime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but we are doing the podcast, and you can only hear us, but there is someone new in the room. So, special introduction. I'll let you do the honors, Nicole.
It's my fiance, Steve.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
He's real.
Going super.
I do actually exist. It's true.
You know what? You actually have an amazing podcast voice.
Do I? That's great.
I think you do.
It's
I'm
so
pretty
deep
sure.
and perfect.
It's Ryan. The three of us don't have headphones on, so we don't actually know what we
I
sound
don't even
like.
care. I'm just thinking it's amazing.
You have
It
a
comes
very
through like the deepness of the voice kind of comes through. It's pretty cool. It's good.
good.
Yep.
That's not why I fell in love with the guy, but that's true. His voice is nice.
Sure. Good.
Great. I'm glad we established that.
That's awesome. Way to start.
Well, I guess we'll jump right into it. Steve, can you sing?
Can I sing? Not well. I mean,
Okay.
I can get by. I used to be able to get by when I was in the seminary. But
Okay.
no, not good. Not good.
All right. Fair enough. You're in the right place though, and with the right person because I'm sure gonna be on top of it too, making sure you sing all the songs and learn
Well, no,
all the music.
when he's at mass, he sings. Like he doesn't hold back from it. Like
Yeah, I mean, I can sing, but that's as far as I get.
It sounded good to me.
Yeah.
he's got like one range, like the range of
Yeah, I don't have much of a range. It's true.
were you a baritone? Call him a baritone? What would you call him?
I would say baritone. I would have to hear how high you could go, but sometimes the more you practice,
Yeah.
you're able to go higher and higher. But like without singing too much, you're usually able to go a little bit deeper. So here's the piano. Let's see how deep you can go really quick.
Okay.
We're gonna test your range.
This was
Yeah,
awesome.
We're range testing. Okay.
Start somewhere and just go down. That's pretty good. So I would say I would say baritone.
My music
Yeah.
knowledge
That
is
was
good.
an F sharp.
Nice.
I think to be a bass, you would have to be able to hit like a D, which is like 3 notes lower.
Yeah, bass
You're
is really
close.
low.
That's
Bass is
so hard to
low.
believe. That's even.
Okay. Okay. So I'm a baritone.
Baritone is between bass and tenor, so it's a good place to be.
Okay. It's good for generic church singing.
Exactly.
But
Nice.
he does sing all the songs at church when we're at church together. I know when he went to Brave. I mean, I was doing music at Brave, so I don't know if you were singing the songs, but I'm gonna guess you were.
I was singing along. Some of the songs I actually was able to get really into, and that was kind of cool. But I sing along.
Do you remember any of them? The ones you got really into?
Not specifically. I just remember the sensation of like being drawn into the music and into the moment and having kind of an experience with it.
Nice. It was really cool. He got to see me lead praise and worship. I was like, yeah,
That's awesome.
my guy gets to see me do my thing. Let's go.
Yep.
I remember even doing music for St. Greg's in youth ministry. I had to learn so many songs, and it surprised me because I consider myself to be fairly well versed in kind of that world of contemporary music, but it's unbelievable how many songs are out there. So
Yeah, we kind of play this game where it's like, all right, does Mike know this music, this song that Nicole has? It was definitely a lot more when he was at St. Greg's, but like I'd be like, okay, I like this song, and he's like, I've never heard him. Like, gotcha.
if there's one thing I learned in music, it's that you have to keep learning.
Yes.
So
Yes. And then you try to stump me, and I usually would know it. Every once in a while, you'd throw something out.
what was the recent one? Just this past Thursday at XLT for middle school. Indescribable? You didn't know that
No,
one?
I knew that. I know that one.
You do know that
I
one?
know.
Was there one you didn't know?
No, I knew all of them.
Okay, never mind.
I was saying the great I am. I don't like the range.
Oh, okay.
I
Fair
know
enough.
what you mean.
Yeah, you have to jump the octave.
And I'm
Really
like,
high.
ooh,
That's
like
a
it
big
hurts.
stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Actually, Ryan usually comes out swinging with songs that I don't know,
Yeah.
which is hysterical. I'm like, Ryan, I don't know this one.
Yeah. I don't know where I come up with finding them. Like what's the random iCatholic radio music I found?
You find a
I
lot
forgot the
on
guy's
there.
name. You know what I'm talking
I
about.
know Micah. Nope.
No.
Who's the guy? I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
well, anyways, I brought that up, and that was a thing.
Yeah. Well, even Steve here, he's he's always shocked with how much music is in my brain
Yeah.
and like how it just like comes out in my head. Not even praise and worship, just like secular music too. What do you call it? My musical library? What is it?
Yeah, your musical library. It's just her music library is off the charts. I'm only able to get her on like Metallica and like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to be a Metallica listener to know what I'm talking about. So.
I just know their one Christmas song from Metallica, pretty much.
Metallica has a Christmas song?
And they do like this rendition off of Ennio Morricot's cowboy theme.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's probably not their mainstream music.
No, that's the music that
No,
people
no,
hated.
that's one of the collabs that they did, but.
Can
Nice.
we go back and talk about Metallica having Christmas music?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She's like, can we revisit that, please?
Yeah, whenever you see like the awesome light shows, it's usually Metallica
Oh,
in the background.
okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Go Metallica.
I know I've introduced Steve to a lot of like contemporary praise and worship stuff. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Just before I met her, like maybe 2 weeks before I met her online, I started listening to K-Love, and it's just fitting that I was listening to K-Love just as I was meeting Nicole, because Nicole is like a praise and worship fiend.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I remember one of the first questions you asked me in Catholic Match. So, do you listen to music? I'm like, yes, I listen to music. What's your favorite like current worship or song or something? And I was like, I'm gonna walk with what is it?
I'm gonna walk with Jesus.
I'm gonna walk with Jesus.
I think it's just called Walk with Jesus.
Walk with
but
Jesus.
I'm trying to remember that.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna walk. Oh, I'm gonna-
Jesus.
I'm gonna walk with Jesus.
Yeah.
Something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
that, but, yep.
Yeah,
we-
it was for the Brave retreats.
Yes.
And I remember this was a big stretch for me, learning to play that type of music that's on the radio. Because it's different than a lot of the praise and worship that we had done up to that point. It's just a lot more musically technical, and it moves around. And
What? Because you weren't this last Brave. That was me and Charbel. Did
Correct.
I
that
was
one.
there.
I haven't been there the past
Ryan,
two.
you were there.
I know about it.
You know about it. But the one, was it before that? There was 1 year. I think it's when we had like a huge band.
Oh, yeah, I was with the.
You remember? It was like
that
the
was
giant.
that big. It was Michael was on that
Okay.
one.
Saxophone?
With the saxophone.
Got
And
it.
we
Nice.
did like roots. We did like songs that weren't necessarily like praise and worship in front of Jesus adoration.
For that one, yeah, we had like 3 intense 4-hour practice sessions
That was a
at
lot
least.
of fun.
Oh, it was
At my old apartment, like the small.
I'll
old
let you all know the
apartment.
apartment was tiny.
We
It was
fit
about the
like
size
8
of this-
people in there.
We
had
did.
a little-
I remember I sat in a couch with like a handheld microphone, and you're like, okay, go.
Yeah, that was intense.
But like that was the first time I think we really started to do things that were maybe kind of radio-y that weren't necessarily praise and worship, because there's this thing we do usually on Sunday mornings. I think it was Saturday for you because you went to this last Brave. Steve, sorry, they don't know who I'm pointing to. Steve, foot stomping.
Foot stomping.
Foot stomping.
But
Remember
stop.
foot stomping?
Um,
Where like Charbel got really into it with the guitar.
yes.
Okay, that's
yes.
foot stomping. Usually that session is not like, I don't know, what you're used to hearing in church or like in front of the sacrament. Like, it's not what it is. It's kind of closer to radio Christian music. And it's always just a little different.
Yeah, man. I'm all for the drums on those songs.
Yeah, you go hard on those.
I
Ryan.
sure do. I'm okay with it. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So let's go around, I don't know, clockwise or counterclockwise, and we'll do life updates. And we'll keep this one like, let's say 2.5 minutes each, and then we'll move on to our theme. How about that?
Okay, sounds fantastic. We'll
works.
try our best.
Ryan,
Sounds
you
good.
go
I'm
first.
gonna-
Okay. We're still working at Wegmans.
Okay.
Been taking amoxicillin a lot. I've been having strep throat a lot.
Oh, no.
But I'm doing better. Okay? I'm not dead.
That's good.
Ultimately, I'm just working and I'm praying hard and still dating and doing my thing.
Amen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does that mean Steve's next?
Are we going clockwise?
Either way.
Okay, you're next.
Okay, I'll go. Obviously, recently I got engaged to Nicole. I proposed at 1:45 in the morning. It was great.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
all
That's
the
epic.
in front of all the kids.
That's
Yep.
even crazier.
So, I mean, I was gambling on that one. I mean, if she said no, that would be like,
Real awkward.
that would be real awkward. But I've been, preparing for marriage, spiritually speaking, and just working on that, working on myself, just trying to keep growing spiritually, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and walking with Christ. So that's what I've been up to. I work for People Inc., so I help people with disabilities just get through their day. I'm a self-determination assistant. That's what they're called. And that job's fairly new. I've been in it about 6 months, and I'm looking at a potential career change very soon. But that's for another time. That's it for me.
No, that's cool though, because that's a hard thing. Like, you pretty much have to start everything all over in a different place. So
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Right.
Steve has quite a story with his vocation. Let me tell you. Yeah. Is it my turn?
Your turn.
I'm engaged to Steve.
No.
Wow. Mystery.
It's not new. What's happening in my life is wedding planning. Just so you all know, wedding planning is very stressful and very exhausting.
And it's more than half a year out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's people that are engaged for like 2 years, a year. We're getting married in August, so you think it's like, oh, you got a lot of time. No.
No,
Things have to be booked now in order for you to have it for this summer.
I feel that.
So you're trying to get all the big rocks and juggle the family dynamics and not want to kill anybody and
So
Look-
it's like planning Bilbo's 111th birthday. A big deal.
exactly. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
There
yes.
we go.
Um,
It's me 111th birthday.
So wedding planning is taking up a lot of my life. Still directing youth ministry and all of that, and working out, staying healthy, focusing on Jesus, because I'm also preparing to be a wife. So that's where I'm at.
Awesome.
I feel like all these guys just came from a men's retreat, and I feel like the same one, by the way. They all got manned up, manned up, and I'm just like, hey.
Well,
Someone
I
at
mean,
church said at a Halo, they said they could see the retreat glow. You know how that happens sometimes?
I literally
Hey.
said that to you.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's funny.
that is funny. Okay,
Yeah.
what's your update there, Mikey Mike?
Retreat was cool. Adam Jaros leads awesome, sick retreat. It was cool to do it in the winter as opposed to the summer. The summer was kind of postponed, and I don't think this January thing was originally planned, but I'm glad it was because it was so much fun. And it was at the St. Stanislaus Old Convent, and it's huge in there.
it's so nice. It's ridiculous.
So there's
Lovely.
lots of rooms there, and like 3 large gathering areas. There's a nice Kawhi piano in there, so that's cool too. And they had everything decked out with like Christmas decorations,
Oh,
which
it
was
smelled like
super
pine.
fun.
It was nice. You wouldn't have been able to deal with it,
I
Nicole.
probably would have
but
died.
No,
Yeah, the whole place smelled like pine in the best way possible.
it was
great.
amazing.
Yeah, it was a really great retreat. Kudos to Adam for putting that together and keeping things moving along. But honestly, some of the best moments for me were just when we had downtime and we were just shooting the breeze.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
was a good
some
amount
of
of that.
the best information, some of the best talks came from that. It was really cool.
Yeah, time to talk to each other and just like Adam has like this casual attitude at the same time he's pushing you, so it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good balance.
Yeah, right.
Adam's such a bro.
It really is a thing.
Adam really is a bro. I mean, he is certified male.
Yeah, working with him for as long as I did, I'm very used to Adam man, yeah. And it's always funny to watch.
Yeah.
And apparently, we are going to Acadia this coming summer for the hiking trip. We're going to climb a mountain there. Looking
Nice.
forward to that. And
Apparently
I'm going to see
Steve is
if.
going to climb a mountain.
What is that?
Apparently he's going.
Yeah.
I'm like, heck yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's at the end of August. so
I'm
you're
going to
good.
see if I can do it with Kyle Lucy. He's the day before. He's going to do a range in Maine as well. So I'll see if I can do that with him too. Because I've been to the coast in Acadia and seen like the seashore and the lighthouses, which are famous there. But I've never seen the mountains. Like I didn't even think that it really had mountains, but apparently they're really cool. So
Listen, if you guys are going, it is the weekend before our wedding. So do not kill Steve. I need him.
That's a true statement.
Like,
okay.
he needs to come back in one piece.
No, it's gonna be like he's
We
gonna
need
be,
to get his butt down that aisle.
No,
so
we were saying at breakfast that it's gonna be where he's so much more involved with like wanting to do this thing now, because he's gonna have such a good retreat high.
Steve-O,
Yeah.
you need to come back in one piece. We're getting
Either
married
that,
the
Nicole,
weekend after.
or you have to step it up. Like, what are you going to do the week before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe test for 5th degree black belt?
Go
There you
for
go.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear about it.
Great. Just kidding. I'm not. But I am training for that right now.
Well,
So,
They want it from you. They're
really
like
do.
they're like, Nicole, you're gonna train for 5th and you're gonna like it.
you know
That
what?
would take 16 years, right? Or is it 4?
No, it was 5. It's 5.
5.
And if you think about it, I tested in 2022.
that's crazy talk.
So it's already been almost 3 years.
It's been
That's
3
nuts.
years since
Yes.
That's crazy.
that?
Isn't
Whoa.
that crazy?
Doesn't feel like
It
it.
felt like
Almost
maybe a
3
year and a
years
half
ago.
ago.
It feels like yesterday.
It was before my time.
You were in seminary. Were you 3 years ago?
No, a little further back. I was
Okay.
I was in seminary 2016, 2017.
Oh, never mind.
The other life, I don't know what I'm talking. Thursday, I'm just going to mention this too, was middle school XLT, which stands for Exalt, which stands for Adoration. And it was like the first time for a lot of the kids.
Yes.
And so instead of keeping the lights dimmed, we had a little bit more of the lights on in the church just to not scare them away too much. But apparently you gave a talk for them last week about the Eucharist.
Did. We're doing a whole series on the Eucharist right now.
Okay.
Nice.
And then there was another talk given at just before Adoration this time. And then it was fun. It was really, really cool. I met Deacon Mike for the
Yep.
first time. It's a different Deacon Mike.
We have another Deacon Mike, so there's 2 Deacon Mikes.
I
in
know a
our
lot of Deacon
family.
Mikes.
Mike is a popular name.
Apparently.
I absolutely
approve.
hate it.
Oh, no.
Wow, aggressive.
You know what? There's snow outside. We can have a snowball fight right now.
Nice.
It's pretty sticky. It's actually probably
Yeah,
like
I was
30,
gonna
40
say
degrees.
it's actually pretty good conditions for
Probably
a snowball
perfect
fight.
right
yeah.
now. Honestly, make some snow angels right before the Bills game today. Oh
Yeah.
man, there's a lot of things
Yes.
happening. Oh man.
We're gonna
Lights
take a
update.
deep breath. Everything's gonna be fine. So
Anyway.
back to XLT.
Music was good.
did-
Jesus was
we didn't say
there.
anything.
It's just cool that deacons can also do benediction. That's the only other thing I was gonna say. Like they can wear the cope, they can wear the humeral veil, and then give a blessing at the end. So
Yeah.
it's pretty legit. Doesn't happen often though.
I know for actually us in the church right now, our priests are really being stretched super thin.
Yeah.
And they want to be there for these things, but they just don't have time.
That
Like
makes
they don't
sense.
have time. They can't be there. They're doing too much. So we've been instructed and told by our pastor that we need to rely on our deacons. So in a way, like it's sad they can't be there, but it's been really powerful because right now, youth ministry, we're functioning like we don't have priests. I
Right.
know that sounds really bad, but we're functioning on liturgical and sacramental things like we can't have priests there.
Yeah, I think Thursday is a good example of that because the talk went so long. That's one thing I noticed just from the side. Like adoration was supposed to be like 40, 45 minutes long, but by the time the talk ended, which went really long, we only had like maybe 20 minutes or less
It was
of
like 30.
adoration.
It was like
A holy
30.
half is always good.
Debatable, but it was very short. So it's like for a priest to have to go to that event only to wait and not really say anything and do what they're good at, I don't know.
I think it worked out for them though, for the kiddos.
Okay.
It was a good like taste of it, which was really awesome. And then at the end, like we finished and had a little bit of time, so we just did praise and worship.
That caught me a little off guard. You caught me off guard there,
But you did great.
it worked out.
And the kids were fine.
Audible #football.
I had to call a little bit of an audible because I was like, we have 15 minutes. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Perfect.
And they were great. Actually, I have this like, I don't know if y'all know this, but I really love youth ministry, and I
Oh,
love
had
the kiddos.
noticed.
Oh,
It's not like it's the only thing we ever talk about.
yeah, never at all.
Never.
But there was this really cute moment. There were two kids, and they're both kind of like squirrely 5th and 6th grade boys that
Yeah.
just require a lot of guidance and maintenance. Like they just need a lot of guidance. So we were doing praise and worship, and they were like starting to get a little like much. I'm like, all right. So I stood between them, and I'm like, got my hands up, and I'm like, great are you, Lord. Like I'm just whatever. And the one little boy turns and like hugs me and like doesn't let go. And I'm like, whatever. And we're just like praising. It was adorable. Absolutely adorable.
We love that.
We
Nice.
do love that.
Little kids are great.
It was so cute. So cute.
All right, so we're going to start transitioning here. But I'm trying to think of different like segments we can bring in and stuff. And one of the side things before we get to our theme, I was just thinking to myself, like, especially since, oh man, no, this is another tangent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He has a pained look on his face. You can't see his face, but he's just.
Well, it is painful because it's Exodus.
Oh, Exodus!
I was gonna say, like, we keep talking about things on UTM like the rosary and stuff, and I was thinking, because I've been praying a lot of the rosary recently, and I need to get myself a man rosary. What is the website again for that, Ryan?
What I get is Rugged Rosaries. It's called ruggedrosaries.com.
Ruggedrosaries.com. Okay, so that's where I got to go for one. Do
Just
you
so you know, Steve, Ryan has all the websites.
He's the guru.
He knows where to get the sacraments.
Everythingcatholic.com is a classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
There, also, you have the Catholic Gentleman, the Catholic Woodworker. They're all good. They're all good.
I told you.
Good stuff.
So, if I were to get like a good size, like a good man rosary, like is Rugged Rosary the only option out there, or are there
No,
other
there's
ones
not.
too?
And I don't think it's specifically meant to be super strict on the Catholic faith. It's meant to be super strict on the rosary itself.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie.
If that
I'm-
makes any sense.
I'm not a man, but I have looked at these rugged rosaries for myself.
Oh, I mean, I don't blame you. They're all relative.
I have broken so many rosaries.
Do you want me to grab one?
No, it's all right. I'm just saying. I don't know why these things break.
Well, there's
but
some
they
that are
do.
made of like alloys. Some are made of acrylic, but they're all made of paracord. So and they're all Celtic knotted, and they're like all burnt at the edge, so it like really stays tight.
Nice.
And
Ryan, are
they-
you doing Exodus?
No,
Oh.
I have so much sugar in my day.
Now, Mikey, Mike, and Steve are doing Exodus.
Yeah, we're both doing Exodus.
In the
Yes.
same group.
We are in the same group.
And you know what? Usually, a big part of it is the fraternity, and you get to talk about everything. But this is actually my 4th time, so I don't mind talking, a little bit about it too.
Wait, you've done it 4 times?
This is my 4th time now.
Are you crazy? You good?
Yeah, I'm a little crazy.
Okay, that's.
I never wanted to do it a 4th time, but here I am. So
Here you are.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you,
like,
you told me
I
that.
am-
You told me that last year. You were like, I'm not into it doing that as much, like I was.
But here we are, 4
Yeah,
times.
we're back at it.
Yeah, I'm like, I am getting married in like
7 months?
7 months. So I'm like, I need more discipline. Like, so when they were like, hey, we're doing Exodus 90, maybe you should get in on it. I'm like, okay. Cold
Oh.
showers, that's intense.
I had to push you a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? That's all right. That's all right. I got there.
Yeah, it's cool. We get to do it together. I get to do it with Steve. So this is cool. It's
Yes.
definitely a memorable experience doing Exodus. You never forget it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I find it's hard to, you get that gray area of the cell phone discipline. It's like, is this really necessary for me to be on it, or is it not? And you got to be like, if you have to ask.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, that's just one that I struggle with. But everything else I've been pretty solid on.
How about
Holy
those
hour.
cold showers?
The cold showers are very intense. It's just, yeah, like you don't spend a lot of time in the shower, obviously, because it's just numbing your feet and your.
The first couple times, there's definitely some hardcore brain freeze.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
that doesn't go away until a couple days in. So
Yeah, but you know what? I find that I feel like really refreshed and invigorated after taking a cold shower. So I mean, maybe there's something to it.
I
you
know exactly what you mean.
Do you take cold showers?
I've taken a cold shower before.
Oh, okay.
It was self-discipline when it wasn't necessarily Lent. It was just because I wanted to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lent is coming up.
Oh, I.
We're still like 40 days
You know
away
what? We're
from
not. Can we
beginning
not?
of
We're
Lent.
not. I'm not ready yet.
I mean, the part that was difficult was like, it started on January 20th when we had like one of the coldest weeks ever. Like it was literally
It legitimately was the
to 8
coldest.
degrees out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the water runs, like if the water weren't running through the pipes, it would be frozen. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy tough.
For me, like I have different reasons for doing it. You know, I'm an individual. I'm a single here, but it really goes in line with my, a lot of the goals I have for this year, like triathlon and stuff. And so, like, just bringing the discipline back has been really helpful. Like the past 2 years, I really didn't want to do it because, like, I was just working so hard, and there's so much work going on here and renovations, and just like life was difficult enough as it was. But like right now. This is kind of like my first time doing it not in St. Greg's. The 3 times I had done it was like working for St.
Did you
Greg's.
do all 3 years when
Yeah.
you were working at Greg's?
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is actually completely different for me. Like I'm doing it in a completely different life context, and almost I kind of find myself almost like sanctifying this new state of life, here in Orchard Park and different work and different schedules. So it's actually really, really cool because when you're working for the church, there's almost an expectation, or it's definitely a lot more natural to do a holy hour because you're in church anyway. Like right now, I actually have to go out of my way to do it. So it's really different, and it's been a really cool experience so far. So yeah.
Exodus 90, get out there and do it, boys.
Oh yeah. Find a
Hey.
group. You got it.
Hey, ladies, there's something called Fiat 90 if you want to do the girl version. Okay, cool.
Where
Can I
can they
join?
learn about
No.
that?
I'm kidding.
You could actually just look it up online. I know the person who made it.
Yeah?
I do. There's a Instagram. You can go and find Fiat 90.
Yep.
Actually, the maid of honor in my wedding was the one who made Fiat 90.
Lydia?
Lydia made Fiat 90.
Oh, wow. That's
She
great.
will be the maid of honor, right? Not she
will
was.
be. She will be.
Got it. Okay.
Well, she is. We
She
just haven't
is.
had the wedding yet, but yeah.
Got it. Okay.
There you go.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So this is our first January podcast.
Amen. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And we've also been working on a special project. So
Yes, we have.
we haven't come up with a name with it, but it's going to be an album. And it's going to be our first, maybe only, I don't know, we'll take it one at a time. Our first worship album. And I don't know if you can think of a name. I feel like we got to think of a name.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pause
Yeah,
on that and
we're-
figure that
yeah.
one out later. But we know the
Fiat-
structure of it.
No, not UTM something or
Yeah.
Under That Mantle. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's still up in the air. It's a work in
Because we're
progress.
still working with we figured out the structure of it, like
Yeah.
order of it.
Exactly. Which is pretty exciting because we have 2 opening songs. And then we have, I don't remember if there's another song directly after that. But then the next one, I think, is it goes into O Solitaris, but like a revamped version. Different chords, different foundational notes and stuff. But the melody will be the same. So it'll still be kind of exciting like that. And then we wrote 3 original songs, which would be almost, if you can imagine, in the context of adoration. And then followed by Tantu Marigo, Holy God, and then our UTM jingle or theme song, you could say.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
one we
When
always
my
sing at the
eyes
beginning of the
cannot-
podcast.
That one.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, we got it in there. Yeah, and so we're really, we only just finished writing the songs themselves. Some of them were from way back, but then a few of them are completely new,
And recent.
very recent.
Yes.
Like last week Sunday. Oh.
Like, honestly, so.
And so now we're kind of letting it sit, and we're just brainstorming instrumentation and just planning the next steps. But we're going to plan to have it ready for the fall. So that might mean we'll have publish it a little bit earlier to have it ready for the fall, but we'll figure out the schedule too. But that's the ballpark. So
That's
really,
the
really
plan,
excited
Stan.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
It's great.
Ah.
Hey, so you said Under That Mantle. That's the name of this this group, and
Yes.
then
Correct.
is that Mary's Mantle? Is that what the reference is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I had to clear that up for myself.
Yes.
I'm
Father
new to
Don
it.
Calloway, he's one of the MICs, Marians of the Immaculate. He has a book called Under the Mantle.
Yeah.
So we just called ours Under That Mantle. So it's similar but different.
Yeah, he's
so,
There it
he's
is.
a,
UTM. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
man.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract. I was just like, under that mantle, is that Mary's
Well, no,
Mantle?
when we first structured this concept, we're like, we want to find something that sounds like a tagline, but also like very Marian devotional.
Yeah, because there's a lot of non-Catholics that listen to our stuff, and when I'm talking about under that mantle, like for us as Catholics, we understand it as a Mary and her mantle, but you could kind of like maybe Jesus's mantle. Like I would say, if you're not Catholic, you could kind of skew it as something else, but
Sure.
as Catholics, we know what the specific intention
Yeah,
is.
we're going with Coredemptrix.
So I think I mentioned this like in one of our first podcasts, but when I did my pilgrimage to France, there's a large cathedral there. It's in Lyon, so it's the center of France. And they actually have Mary's mantle there. So I'm not sure if it's one of many mantles or if it's the only remaining one, but it looked kind of great. I don't know what color it originally would have been and if it would have faded, but like there it was.
Yeah.
It was really sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just kind of like in this, in the back of the altar, you know how they have all the side altars, and then they had a kind of in this glass container. So
Yeah, so that's why we named our group. We named it. Mary is our intercessor. So
that's right.
I'm a big fan of that actually. So
Awesome.
Steve is a very big Mary guy.
yes, she Our Lady of Fatima is the specific title that I credit with bringing me really into the church, because I was a Catholic. I'm a cradle Catholic, but I was a Catholic in name only, so I really wasn't in practice. But anyway,
That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, man.
I approve of Our Lady of Fatima.
I wonder
may
why.
have written a musical at one point.
yeah, nice.
You
Yeah.
actually write a music.
You'll have to show her that.
Oh wow,
Show him
that's
that. Sorry.
that's cool.
I will.
Cool.
Yep.
So yeah, we have this cool project, like, I don't know, simmering right now.
Yeah.
I will say writing music was an experience. I had never written music before.
That was one of my first experiences writing music with someone else effectively too.
Because Ryan helped with Joy. Which one? You helped with
I don't know what I did. I
couple of
did
them.
instrumentations,
Yeah.
but I don't know what I was really involved with per se. Rhyme scheme?
Maybe. You did help with one of them.
Yeah, it was
I
Joy.
did Joy down in my... It was that song.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's the one we did here.
Yeah, that's
And
one
then
we did here. And we sat, like, we were sitting on the floor,
Yes,
and we were like...
you'll find a video that we did of just like the rough sketch.
Yeah, it was... It
That's
was
on the
rough.
tubes.
It is
And
up
on
there.
up there.
tubes. And then Michael wrote one by himself. Pretty much.
Yes.
Doot.
Yeah, Deuteronomy. So it's based off of "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength." And then that has the last tagline, which is "You shall make sure you pass it on to everyone," or something like that. So it's based off of that one. And then, but as far as instrumentation and voices, so we're gonna. So for example, during the adoration portion, and then all of everything, we're gonna have. We're gonna try to resource more talent too. So like,
Some
we're
voices.
gonna have some crowd voices during the
Trinity Trilogy.
Trinity
thing.
Trilogy. And you know how we've always envisioned, like in this room, for example, just kind of having like a group of people having just kind of like a worship
man.
session and just like overhead mics and casual but fun. Yeah, you can go for it. And then, so that's kind of what we're thinking, that kind of sound
Back there, you
for
gotta
those
tighten
three songs. But then I'm
down.
also really looking forward to hopefully having 3-part harmony. And there's someone looking forward to bringing on the team. And incredible voice, cantor at St. Greg's. Her name is Annabella. So fingers crossed, she'll be able to provide
She has
3-part
a
harmony for us.
beautiful voice.
One of the most incredible voices I've ever heard, for real.
So clean.
Like an angel?
Like, it's very clean and clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna see how we can split off, like have soft leads for those 3 songs, and they're essentially 3 of us vocalists, so that's good. But then we also have 3-part harmony, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna try to. I don't know if we're gonna invite people here
Yeah.
for like a big crowd recording session. We definitely could,
We could.
Or I can bring this equipment there. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But I definitely am excited to have 3 voices because Mike and I do music all the time together. And it's really easy for us just to like do the split thing that we do.
Yeah.
We kind of do the same thing every time where Nicole sings the melody and then he does this like slightly up
Yeah.
thing.
I
Yep.
have to keep bouncing though between the 2 different harmonies.
I
because-
know.
Because I want to hear all 3 at the same time,
I'm
but
sorry.
it's impossible.
I'm sorry.
Well, there is a way to do throat singing where you can do 2 voices at once,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
But
thing.
It doesn't sound good, so let's not do that.
That's not.
It's
And
unique.
I think Annabella knows can do harmonies, right? Does she know? Is she an alto?
There's
Yeah.
one thing that over the course of our conversations that I've remembered is that she very skilled in the sense that she can show up and do an amazing job.
Yeah.
And that's like the gift that cantors have. They can just like
Yes.
show up under pressure and just
They
execute.
literally can show up like 20 minutes before mass, teach me the psalm, cool, and just go.
Or
And you're
just like sight read under pressure. Like I can't do that vocally. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like maybe I could if I wasn't pressured, but under pressure, like something's gonna go wrong. So
I can learn harmonies. So I used to be, when I was in high school, in the women's group, I was a soprano too, which meant that I always had to sing harmonies in that group. So if I'm taught them, I can learn them. Although the more I've been doing praise and worship, I'm starting to hear harmonies and like play with doing some of them.
mhm.
Like today I did a little something. So I'm getting there, which is cool.
I can under pressure, like I can play the piano well and sight read and do all of that.
That makes sense.
I may have done that a couple times. Piano, I'm very comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you can play with your eyes closed, man.
You
It's
literally
wild.
can.
Oh man,
You've
I can
seen
literally
it,
fall
right,
asleep.
Ryan?
I'm not even just that. It's not even that. It's like I live here, so I see it all the time.
Yeah. He's walking down the stairs. What? There's Michael just playing with his eyes closed again. Okay.
He's falling
Yeah.
asleep and he's playing.
I mean, after you've played for over 20 years, I mean, the piano itself doesn't change, so you can just
You
play
can build
it.
your own piano, Michael. Make it yours.
Yeah, I can't do that.
She's not that good.
Not quite.
Can you play backwards?
I've taken apart a piano.
You have.
You know that for sure. There's only a harp outside. You walked by that, Steve, on your way in. It's just the harp of the piano. It used to be an entire piano,
Oh,
but I took it apart, and that's all that's left right now.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I may have replaced that baby with this baby.
Yeah, that other one
so.
was literally right here where the TV and stuff was, and
Yeah,
it was. I
it
mean,
was
it was
an upright.
fine. It was fine. And you can see our UTM progress of like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
always
disassembled
a
the
little better.
piano.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
So
we're working
that's
on
our-
this project.
That's our project.
Yeah.
And that's the update.
The only
guys.
thing that's kind of left uncertain is whether there's going to be another Brave retreat this coming fall. So,
So I mean,
fingers crossed on that one.
I'm hoping there will be. It just is very dependent on what happens with the diocese and the bankruptcy.
Yeah. So, what's the uncertainty in it? Whether St. Greg's would be able to fund it or whether Camp Turner will be there?
Nope, not Cam Turner is not the question.
Okay.
Cam Turner's fine.
Okay, good.
So,
The question is when bankruptcy hits,
Sure.
how much money will be taken from St. Greg's? And then what can St. Greg's afford to support?
okay.
That makes sense.
That is the question.
Yeah, the
So-
budget's really
So
gonna.
then, okay, what can St. Greg's support? How much can they give youth ministry and money to support salaries?
Got it.
Do you see the logic there?
Yeah, I do. But
Yeah.
then where my mind goes straight away is like, I wonder if as a UTM we would be able to facilitate that and then host a retreat. Then you're kind of putting yourself in a little bit of a under pressure to make sure you get entries and people coming in. Like, how possible would that be? Like, do you break even from entry fees or no?
Or like from my experience?
Yeah, with Brave.
So when you're planning events, this is super important. You have to look at the expenses and the income. So you have to figure out, okay, how much does it cost each? But you poo. Each
I'm not the
person.
only one. I'm glad.
Yep, we're doing great. Guys, wedding planning has shot my brain. It's fine. You have to figure out how much it costs each person. And the costs include what is the camp charging you, how much is the priest stipend, how much are the supplies, how much are you paying the music team, but just remember like
Sure.
big circle. How much are you paying speakers? Are you paying for any supplies or food or anything? So you have to put all that into the cost. Then from there, you can break even.
Right. Right,
So-
exactly. Yeah, that's my question. Like, do you think we would have a shot, or would it be completely out of our ballpark?
I don't think we'd be there yet.
Oh, okay.
And also, personally, for me, I'm getting married.
Oh, I forgot.
My life might look a little different with time commitments and
Yeah.
babies.
So that'll be a conversation in progress. We'll,
That makes sense.
Babies.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the Lord wants, but
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
I am 31. So.
yeah. I mean, in the meantime, Ryan and I have nothing else better to do, so
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna
we'll just be
keep
sitting here thinking about
heading
it.
up UTM, doing
Okay,
the
you guys
best, our
think
ca-
about
best
it.
we
You give
can.
me a call
It's
once
like
you
the
figure
idea
it
that
out.
we'll just be sitting here doing like just how's it going?
How's it going, guys?
We're just waiting.
I mean, I feel like we'd be able to put on a pretty rockin' retreat.
Oh yes.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
if
You
we're
guys
gonna-
would do great.
If we're gonna say it's gonna happen,
It's
yes.
gonna happen.
I mean, if it's
Holy
legit.
Spirit activate.
Well, no, I'm saying like we could think that far ahead in a theoretical sense.
Listen, my
We know.
goal, I would love for us to for St. Greg's to still host Brave.
That makes sense.
We'll see what happens. We just gotta let the Holy Spirit do his thing.
Because I personally believe they'll
If you
lose
need a
they'll
musician-
lose people.
I'll do the music.
I know. I've already talked to Adam about it. Don't worry.
Nice.
If you guys do end up creating a Brave retreat, I think it would be Brave 7, if I'm correct.
That
Yeah, Brave 7, I could advertise it amongst my knights. I am Grand Knight of Lockport Council 319 of the Knights
Really?
of Columbus. Yeah.
Whoa.
So I actually, it's funny because I'm the youngest guy there, so it's just really weird to be telling older guys what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get used to it, but yeah, I will advertise it absolutely amongst our knights, see if we can get some of them to come out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd
No,
be
that would be
great.
sweet. That'd be really, really cool.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. So are you, where are you in the degrees?
So I'm fully fledged. I'm 4th degree.
Fourth degree.
Yeah, so there's 4 degrees, and they do. I kind of disagree with what they're doing, but now you do it, you get all 3 first degrees right in your first shot, and
Oh.
then if you want later on, you can go to 4th degree. So it's just the way they do it now. They just kind of packaged it all together,
Okay.
and yeah. So I would advertise amongst them, see if we could get them to come out. That would be cool.
That's awesome. Nicole looks so much better.
that was in a ridiculous path
Perfect.
we need.
Man, that's so nice.
All right, I have a thought. So at the beginning of this new year, and I'm gonna pick on Steve here, but what about like faith life, like prayer, like how do you like to pray, like how do you approach your faith, or like
Okay.
I don't know. I'll leave it generic, and you can fill it in.
Okay, sure. So for me, the rosary is the bedrock of my prayer life. I base most of my prayer kind of around that, and like at the end of the rosary, I'll have my intentions for the day, and yeah, I'm really, I just kind of tell the Lord, what do I need? What do I hope to have? What can I be doing better? I just have that conversation kind of going with God sporadically throughout the day, but definitely the rosary is kind of the main course for the day. And I found it's done what it's promised it could do, which was, stamp out sin and things like that. And it just, I don't know, I recommend the rosary to everybody that I possibly can, because it really has transformed me. And now it's taken me 36 years to get to where I am now, but that's my fault, not God's fault. So,
Yeah, I get that.
so yeah, I
Did
would
you-
say the rosary.
Did
yeah.
you first learn the rosary like with your family, or how'd you learn it?
So I taught it. I learned it myself. I'll take you back a little bit in my faith life. We have a family friend who is really into the Fatima message, and he started giving my father some literature, and I found it. It's just out on the coffee table, and I'm reading it. I'm like, this is really amazing stuff. Like, I should get into this. And then, of course, it spoke of the rosary, and I was like, wow, these are some incredible promises. Like, some of them are like, it's a great sign of predestination. Like, if you're praying the rosary, chances are you're going to make it. It's a sign. And that's just one example. I think there's 12. It's either 12 or 15. I can't remember. Promises of the Rosary. So look those up. It's totally worth your time. But yeah, I taught myself the Rosary. You can go online and find how to pray the Rosary. Just Google it. It'll come up, and get cracking on it. Now, the key for that is you have to meditate on the mysteries. It's not just prayer that you utter without thought. You meditate as you say these Hail Marys through the decades. And then sometimes I'll add like intentions in for each decade. But it just depends on what I'm feeling for the day.
Nice. Oh, that was awesome. That was so worthwhile.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
stall was worth.
Yeah. Hey, stall with good material. I mean, why not?
Oh, yeah. Because that's what we want our listeners to really, grow in and develop in their own lives, too. All right, who's next?
I don't know. Who
Faith
wants-
life?
Go
Faith
ahead.
Prayer life.
Nicole,
Prayer life?
you got it, Nicole.
Prayer
Yeah.
life.
Actually, my devotion is Mass.
Okay.
So I try to go to Mass every single day. You said this before, it's easier when you work at a parish that you just go, but it's not that easy because it's so easy to get like bogged down with work and not make that 30 minutes. So I try to actually go to Mass every day. That's my big devotional, except for Saturdays because it's kind of a weird in-between day. It's like
Right.
either Sunday, it's weird. And I'm not a formal prayer type of person except for Mass. I very much like to just kind of like have conversations. I like to have conversations throughout the day. Very much just like in my mind, I'm like, hey, Jesus, do. Like
Yeah.
Mass and conversations. And I listen to a lot of praise and worship music. I have been doing a little devotional thing too, once a day, so that's where I'm at.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, the Mass is the highest form of prayer, and the Rosary is said to be the second most potent prayer. So if you really want to go for it all the way, go for Mass. It's true.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nicole,
Yes?
you scored with this guy.
I know I did. Did I do pretty good?
I think so.
I did.
Thank you.
The other thing that I think is unique for women is I love veiling for Mass, too,
Nice.
which is a
I
devotional.
love that she veils.
Absolutely melted your heart when you saw me in a veil. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. She said, "Oh, the look on your face," and I was like, "Oh, well, can't hide it."
Well,
Yeah, he's like the puppy dog, like, oh my gosh. He was fantastic.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. It was just like, oh goodness, I have a girl that veils. This is just amazing. So it's
And can break boards.
Yes.
and can break boards. I know. It's like, what do you like? Do you like in tough? Do you like feminine? She's got it all. She's full spectrum.
I like the idea.
She's
All
a
right.
full spectrum person.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what about you?
Okay. I'm a devotional person. You guys know this. But I've never really satisfied like which one I specifically picked, but I fall to the Rosary and I fall to Mass. So basically I'm a Mass goer, obviously. I fall into the Adoration Chapel a lot. I like the Eucharist. I pretty much try my best to pray the Rosary or do the Divine Mercy Chaplet. But more or less, I like to just, honestly, what I really like is I like the idea of Lectio, where you just kind of sit and meditate. If anybody knows what that is, it's a Latin phrase, Lectio Divina,
Divine reading.
divine reading. I like the idea of just like, I don't utilize that exactly as like I read the Bible all the time, but I use that as a way of contemplation. But I like the idea of contemplation and just trying to pick up devotions as much as possible. I'm not really specific to the devotion all the time. I just like the idea of which one feels right for the season. Like if it's Lent, Christmas, all that fun stuff. But I love the Mass. I'm like Nicole.
Yes.
Wish I could, I know Michael and I speak on this all the time because Michael's brother is obviously a priest, we know, Father Paul. But we want to have an adoration session sometime in this
Space?
condo.
Yeah, that's never happened yet.
So that would be the sickest thing ever. It's just I love adoration.
I would love that.
I just love adoration.
I love Jesus.
That's just it.
The Eucharist.
That's it.
I mean, we're kind of ready for it too because like we have obviously the space, the instruments, and that already worked great for doing music for mass. But then we even have a screen up where we can put lyrics
Yeah,
up.
we
if we have
Yeah,
people,
we got
so
the things.
We
kinda
got
got
so
the
much we
works.
can do.
It's like
Yeah.
little church going on
Yeah.
here. The domestic
Just,
church.
You literally have a bro. Ask your bro.
Yeah.
I know, like,
I've never seen a priest though carry casually with them a monstrance though, so I don't know if that's a
oh,
thing.
that's valid. What?
What about picks?
I know
So
someone
it
who
definitely
might
have to be
have a
planned.
monstrance.
What about
Yeah.
What about carrying the picks or just having it available?
You need a way to display like a
Yeah.
monstrance
Oh yeah.
of some sort.
I know people.
Yeah, I know you do.
We
We'll
met.
get there
Oh, yeah.
eventually.
Well,
It'll
it's going to
happen
be
someday.
that we can expose for
That's
our,
right.
yeah.
Mikey Mike. Don't you think you're getting out of it?
Oh, so close.
Ah!
Well, you brought the question up.
You literally did.
So for me, faith life prayer every day starts out with I start out with the Angelus. I know it's like super early in the morning, especially now. It's like 2 in the morning, but I like that prayer because it's for me it's an imitation of Mary's fiat, and for me it makes it a way to make it a daily reality. Like way back when I started this thing called Preach Christ, and I led it successfully with just like a handful of young adults. It was a 3-year program. First year was focusing on the incarnation, then the crucifixion, then the resurrection of Jesus. But like, there's this prayer at the end of the Angelus, which uses those 3 words and incorporates like kind of everything and Mary's fiat. And so it's kind of all in one. And it just makes everyday a living reality of kind of the central charisma of the faith, the central message. And so I do that along with the very next thing I do is kind of like this offering of Jesus' precious blood, just to kind of like, I don't know, sanctify everything. It's a similar prayer to what's in the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, but it's a little different. I don't know. It's just like a prayer that I found that I like. Other than that, I'm glad for this Exodus right now because I'm kind of able to use it as a catalyst to kind of go back to the good habits that I had for a long time, but kind of let loose for a little while. Things like the daily holy hour, making sure I'm getting that daily rosary back in, and then just more time spent in church in general. So all of those things, it's been good to do that. But then also kind of sanctifying or just making it into a prayer, even kind of like the triathlon training I do. So whenever I start something out, just I remember some of my earliest triathlons. It was almost an edge for me. When I wanted to give up, I wouldn't let myself give up because all of a sudden I would think of God. So I was like, you get an extra percent. So kind of between those things, those are all really, really important to me. There are other things that I'm familiar with, but those are kind of my bedrocks. So
Cool.
yeah, just times like that holy hour, like that's really the reason why I wanted to restart Exodus this 4th time was because I'm not in church 24/7 like I was at Greg's. Just to go to church again and spend time. And sometimes if I'm dead tired, like I'll fall asleep, but I fall asleep in the presence of Christ and it's awesome, you know? Someone said, I think it was St. Therese used to fall asleep in the chapel of Lisieux. And she didn't mind because she knew she was kind of like bathing in the glory of Christ. So it's like, even just being there in the chapel will have an impact on you. Let alone just making the effort to focus on the monstrance. And going back to triathlon, like meditation is like such a cool thing because in the secular world, among sports and triathletes, there are people who will do meditation for its own sake. And I never really understood that, but apparently it has like a value, even just from a physiological standpoint.
When we start Taekwondo classes, we meditate.
Really? Huh. So it's apparently this thing, but like, I
Yeah, but
really
Catholics
don't.
been doing it.
I don't see a reason to do it except
Yeah.
unless you're Catholic and
Well,
Jesus
yeah.
is there.
It's kind of like the
you
call
know?
map.
Well, it's contemplation.
Yeah, like we know all about that. It's just that we do it in a spirit of understanding the gratitude of life.
Yeah, we just do it centered around like it's faith.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, because I'm stressed, I'm going to relax. It's not strictly like that.
But I find my day runs so much better if I spend even 15 minutes of my 5 or 15 minutes of my holy hour just like very focused on the host and the monstrance there, even if I'm not mentally praying any
Yeah.
words. But just like that focus and just Jesus, like it makes a big difference on the rest of my day. So
I forgot what saint says it, but like if you sit at least for a specific amount of seconds, like you have the control to do so, you know God's real.
I've heard that.
Adam brought that up once before.
Mm.
Hey guys.
He said it at
It's
Brave.
been, like-
cool. That's all I got. So
All right. Well, I think we're good.
You know, who wants to do a Hail Holy Queen?
Who doesn't want to? Just kidding.
I don't
let's
know.
do it.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah. Boom! That was epic.
Hail.
Guys, we're getting there.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy, our life, our sweetness, and our hope. To thee we cry, poor banished children of Eve. To thee we send up our sighs, mourning and weeping in this valley of tears. Turn then, most gracious Advocate, thine eyes of mercy towards us, and after this our exile, show unto us the blessed fruit of thy womb, Jesus. O clement, O loving, O sweet Virgin Mary,
Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God.
that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
In the name
Father,
of the
Son,
Son, and the
Holy
Holy Spirit.
Spirit.
Amen.
Bye, guys.
Go Bills.
Go Bill. Oh gosh,
man.
Jesus, please
Today's the
come.
day.
Go Bills. Okay,
Going
bye.
against
We'll
Catch
see
you
you
next
next
time.
time.
All right, see ya. Bye.
Bye bye.